Hello, welcome back to another live stream. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, people. And yeah, we're back with another match preview. Another match preview. Bournemouth away. Bournemouth away, which we will be doing the watch along for as well. We'll be doing the watch along on Monday at 7:30. So just half an hour before kickoff. I might change to 7:45. I'm not too sure, but I don't really like doing too much talking before the match starts, because it's going to be a long stream anyway. And also, we're going to try and keep this to 45 minutes. Let's say this match preview 45 minutes as well, just because we've got a long stream tomorrow as well. We've got a long stream tomorrow. We're doing the darts tomorrow. It's the World Championship and all that. So we'll try and do that for as many days as possible. I've got a couple double darts football watch-alongs because everything clashes with each other as well. So I'm here for that as well. But shout out to Charlie. Shout out to Charlie as well. Shout out to everyone in here. Make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you are new. Social medias in the description as well. And yeah, trying to reach 1K as soon as possible, people. We're gonna get pumped up here for it. I expect us to lose. I do expect us to lose. That's for sure. But yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Shout out to Tony as well. If you're not subscribed to Tony, make sure to subscribe to Tony. Shout out to Musty. Big up Mikes. Big up like and sub up. Yep. Big up. Yeah, we're gonna lose. We're probably gonna lose this. Yeah, we don't travel well to Bournemouth, but however, that was more under the Eddie Howe regime of Bournemouth rather than the recent Bournemouth trips. We drew last year. We battered them under Gary O'Neill the year before. And the year before that, they were in the Championship. So I can't remember when they were last time when they were like in the Premier League and stuff. Their last Premier League season, we drew that game as well. 1-1 under Pellegrini. I'm pretty sure Cresswell scored in that game. So to be fair, we haven't lost there in a while. But what do we know about West Ham is that records don't matter. As we all know, when it comes to being positive records, usually the negative records stand out when it comes to West Ham, and there's a continuous theme. However, the positive records, they usually end quite quickly. Like our record against Aston Villa, our record against Fulham. Like we haven't beaten Aston Villa since Emery was there, but we usually have a good record over them. With Fulham, we used to have a good record over them. Now we haven't beaten them in 3 games. So there you go with that. So records don't matter. And I don't know how we beat them in the cup. But then again, it's the Carabao Cup. You never know what you're going to get with the Carabao Cup. And the goal we scored was just so fluky. It was unbelievable. We can't fluke our way to a win this time. Get your thoughts in the comments as well. Get your thoughts on ahead of Bournemouth West Ham in the comments as well. What you think about the game in general. But I don't even know who's fit. I don't even know who's injured or anything like that. I'm going to assume, apart from Antonio, that everyone is back because Fulkirk is back. We haven't got any suspensions. I'm sure Edson Alvarez will get himself suspended at some point again this season. He's already suspended himself twice. In terms of lineup, I don't really care who lines up because we keep forgetting, we're just at a point where we just want the manager gone. But we're in a constant loop, as I always say, the phrase constant loop of, about to get the manager sacked and then the manager stays and we win the next game. Isn't Emerson suspended? I don't even know, If Emerson is suspended, that gives us more of a chance of losing. Because either Soufal plays right back or Cresswell comes in for him at left back. So either way, we're fucked in that case. I think we concede at least 4. I don't think we concede 4, but I can see us losing. I can see us being a 3-0. I can see it being similar to Leicester. I can see it being a similar game to Leicester, but obviously, instead of the performance being similar to Leicester, I think they will dominate us. I think in terms of possession, they're so well astute. We don't press them as well. If this is actually the worst, I'd say the worst manager's style of play to play against if you're Lopetegui, because Lopetegui has this stay high up the pitch but don't press them. If you're Bournemouth and you're Ilian Zabani, you're Marcus Senesi, whoever it is, they're played out from the back, you'll easily find us passes into midfield into Cook and Christie and ball over the top, and then players are through and then they score. They've got pace in behind as well. Oh, yeah, Emerson is suspended. Okay, I didn't even know that. Nobody even talked about that after the Wolves game because it was such a El Sakiko. Speaking of Wolves, shout out to Deck. Sorry about the results today, Deck. Surely that means your manager is gone. But then again, we thought that last Monday as well. But you kind of taken that loss well. But I feel for you, man. I feel for you because Wolves are in flames right now. I pretty much saw every video that came out today. Shout out to Wasim. Big up Mike. Think we could get a result, just like Newcastle feeling positive. You're probably the only one that probably thinks we're going to get a result there, mate. I can't lie. I can't lie. I don't think we're getting a result this one, but do you know what? If we get a result, it still wouldn't surprise me. Like, a draw wouldn't surprise me. Arsenal and Liverpool drop points. If Chelsea truly want to prove their title credentials, then we must be Pochettino regardless of performance. Oh, fair. That's true. That's true. As you said, you're just a chill guy cruising through. Fucking clown show. Seen that first goal? Yeah, I haven't seen any of them. I haven't seen any of the goals apart from the first 2 goals in the Liverpool Fulham game. So I'll have a watch a match in a day later, or just on YouTube or whatever. Yeah, Emerson is suspended. Yeah, just that's the thing. So if Emerson is suspended, there'll be Wan-Bissaka left back and Soufal right back, or Cresswell plays left back. Either way, we're fucked. So Semenyo, if he comes up either side against Cresswell or Soufal, he's like, if he comes up against Wan-Bissaka, like, cool, Wan-Bissaka will deal with him. Because it's Wan-Bissaka. But Aaron Cresswell in 2024? Nah. Vladimir Soufal in general? Nah. This is 2 immobile centre backs, unless he plays Tadibo and plays Mavropanos right back. But due to recent events, I don't think he's going to play Tadibo. He only brought him on against Wolves to see out the game and play 5 in the back in the end. Shout out to Mustafa. I think Ipswich stay up on the mic, 1 point behind, place with League 2 squad. No one credits McKenna. McKenna is doing a decent job. It's just they don't have great defenders. Evan Nelson is keen. It's been okay for Bournemouth. When is Antonio back after his surgery, Mike? We don't know the timeline. We have no idea what the timeline is when it comes to the Mikel Antonio thing. But I agree with you with Evan Nelson as well. I think people were instantly going to be harsh on the guy because he was Solanke's replacement, and I think people were too harsh on Bournemouth in general when it comes to everyone calling Bournemouth a Dominic Solanke type team when they had Kirkes, they've got Lewis Cook, Ryan Christie, Antoine Semenyo, Clivert, Tavernier. All these players chip in. For Bournemouth. They're a great team. Even at the back, Zabani and Senesi. That's a good partnership. That's a very good partnership. Like, just in general, when it comes to their team, they're very underrated. Some of their individuals are very underrated. Like Ryan Christie and Lewis Cook are 2 of the most underrated players in the league. And even Tyler Adams has finally got a couple games under his belt, and he's coming and doing a good job as well. So regardless of what midfield they play, I think we're fucked as well. But also, Kirkes at left back had a great season. Been one of the better left backs of this season. You know, a good defender. We actually saw this against Alkmaar as well, when we played against them. That's when we kind of seen him for the first time. But we'll see. By the way, I am not entertaining this Moyes return nonsense. I'm not entertaining. I don't care what source it is. I don't think that's going to happen. I doubt that's going to happen, Charlie. I don't think it's going to happen. Did you see Wolves kicking off after the game again? I'm so glad we never ended up getting Gary O'Neill. Bruv, that I've never seen a dressing room so, up in the air. Like, everyone's lost their head. First it was Lamina, Cunha slapping up the Ipswich person. Who was it? Eight Nori got sent off and Craig Dawson had to separate him. Even the senior players can't. And some of them are senior players. Like, Lamina's 30, bruv. You're meant to be a senior player of that dressing room. That's why he got his captain thing stripped and stuff. Good evening, Mike's May. I don't like saying this, but I do feel it might be close. But feel we will lose. Iraola is a good coach, but I like him about club. I'm hearing he might be getting rid of Tadeo. Well, we can't get rid of Tadeo, but he's on loan. It's better than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He was at the ground today. Seriously, it's a shit show at the Molyneux at the moment. Oh yeah, you might be good on the decent on the counter, but I don't think he's the man to like bring you guys away from get back up. I don't rate him as a manager, but you might be decent on the counter. I don't know. Mate, you just need a refresh, but it's bigger than a manager. I know your problems are bigger than that. Even though I don't break Gary O'Neill at all. When it comes to us, I just want this manager gone, man. I just want this manager gone. And you're going to see this if you guys are about, obviously, join me at 7:30 on Monday for the watch along, because I'm going to lose my shit if we lose and the manager doesn't get sacked. Because if we lose anyway, it's kind of like, okay, it is what it is. But it's more of a case of frustration because some of the mistakes I see these players make are very basic mistakes. Very, very basic mistakes. Edson Alvarez, for example, fumbling at the ball under no pressure. He's making it hard for himself. He's tackling himself. He had an absolute shit show against Wolves. And he will keep his place, knowing him. He'll keep his place. But I'm not saying Rodriguez is the answer or anything. But I'm not saying Rodriguez is full of shit either. I'm just saying Rodriguez was meant to be a squad player. But let's be fair. Alvarez has been shit, and Alvarez needs to go. We need an upgrade in that position regardless anyway. I'm pretty sure we've already hit the target of the obligation about it. Yeah, we hit that a long time ago. He only needs to play 5 games. That obligation was triggered like I'm pretty sure just before the Man United game. I'm pretty sure it's before the Man United game, like just around them times. So he's going to be out of club anyway. The thing is, if like the only way I think that Tadibo would go would be if the manager stays, and I don't think it's going to last a whole season. However, it's going to take too long, regardless of when he gets sacked. Because I said he should have been sacked in September. Obviously, that was never going to happen. But I saw this coming. I don't want to be like, oh, I told you, because I don't thrive off that. I thrive off my team winning. I thrive off this team winning a bunch of games. I don't do this like as much as I will say. I tried to tell you. I don't smile because of that. I don't give a shit about that. I want to win games. I want to be proven wrong. I don't mind being wrong. I don't think this manager will get sacked. If he can't last the whole season, that's just my thing. I don't think he'll get sacked after the Bournemouth game. But I don't think he lasts the whole season. There's no way he lasts the whole season. Like it's going to come to a point where you're going to have to do something about it because it's going to get too shit. But we are in a constant loop. As I always say, we lose to Bournemouth, we lose to Brighton, and then we'll probably beat Southampton. That's going to be what we do. Or we either draw in one of those games. We might nick a draw. Not because we're good, but because we have individuals that bail us out constantly. We have individuals that will bail this manager out because of the quality that they possess, rather than anything to do with this manager tactically. Shout out to Jojo. Big up Road to 1K. Let's get the likes up. Make sure to like the video, people, if you haven't already. On that long road to 1K, man. Long road to 1K. What are the matchday fans like? Are they booing him? Yeah, they've been booing him. They were booing him since the Chelsea game. Like they were booing him when Somerville came off in the Chelsea game. They've been booing since then. They've been booing at halftime, full time, when we lose. They've been booing. The match-going fans had enough when they saw nothing. They saw nothing. And the thing is, the match-going fans will give you a chance if you give them something to like see. Just like what I say, there's no point of trusting a process when there's nothing to trust. Bournemouth have injuries too, to be fair. To be fair, we have a big injury, and that's Lopetegui. He is the injury. Mike's, I'm hearing Sullivan not happy with Steve, but I want him at the club, and that's what I'm hearing Sullivan. We'll see, bro. We'll see, bro. This is the thing with West Ham, yeah. We probably like don't have a certain type of team that will turn up typically. So like what I mean by that is you don't know what West Ham's going to turn up, but you don't see the same patterns in the mistakes we make and the things we do good on the pitch. Like it's not the same West Ham. We are probably the most unpredictable team in the league when it comes to what are we going to get from West Ham today? Are we going to get a typical Bowen masterclass? Are we going to get another manager tactical disaster class? Are we going to get another Alvarez head loss? Are we going to get the same old? Or are we going to get this random game where we didn't play good against Wolves? We just looked better than them. And let's be real. We won because they were bad. They had chances. They could have put their chances away. We won because we have individual quality as well. We have Jared Bowen. We literally have Jared Bowen who doesn't down tools for anyone. It's not even like we have the character. Like we've discussed this before, like in the comments. Like we don't have the kind of players to down tools anyway. We never have. Like last year, they didn't look like they were playing for the manager, like in the back end of last season, but they just looked exhausted tactically of what they were going out to do was the whole sitting back thing and constantly conceding goals all the time. With this one, it kind of looks like, well, what the fuck are we meant to do? Like against Arsenal was the perfect example. Like they were pretty much instructed to go and do what they were meant to do, whatever it was. And then we went 4-0 down. Then the players were literally like, fuck the manager, we're going to go and press. And we pressed and we got 2 goals. And then that doesn't last because they get another penalty, 5-2. That is how the game went. And it could have been way worse. It should have been way worse. But you knew he was never going to get sacked after that. It didn't matter. He could have lost 10-2. He wouldn't have got sacked. That fella has Pep levels of arrogance and isn't even David Moyes level. Facts. We won like 4 games from January the 1st to the end of the season and still somehow got a worse manager. That's the West Ham way. That's true. You know. Like people forget, by the way, that we won 4 games in between January and May. People just say, but you're ninth. Yeah, what kind of counter argument is that? Mike's mate, what would be your lineup against Bournemouth? If it was up to me, okay, so Emerson's suspended. I don't care who's in goal, really. They both piss me off nowadays. But I'll say Fabianski for Bantz. Mavropanos, Todibo, Kilman, Wan-Bissaka. Who the fuck would I start in midfield? I'll probably go with the same midfielders. No, I'll go with Souček, Soler, Kudus, like Kudus in the 10, and Souček, Soler just in behind. And Bowen on the right, Somerville on the left, and I guess Fulkirk up front. No, actually, wait. Put Paquetá on the 10, put Kudus on the right, Bowen up front, Somerville on the left, unless Fulkirk is ready to start. But I don't know. Like at this point, I'm not really bothered what team lines up because I know what West Ham's going to turn up at this point. I'm resigning from football. Fucking hell, we are awful. Yeah, you guys bottled it, man. You guys bottled it. I watched that game, man. You had it in your hands and you bottled it because they didn't even look like they were going to turn up. What is it with us against Nuno? Yeah, it's not even just Nuno, bro. It's Forest away for you lot, man. Forest away. You haven't won Forest away in time. Give us Nuno back. Yeah. Hindsight, I changed things up. I was about to say Fabregas. Fabianski, Todibo, Mavropanos, Kilman. What, 3 at the back? We're just straight 3 centre backs. Wan-Bissaka's got to play. Wan-Bissaka's got to play. Well, that's the thing. At this point, I don't really give a shit if we win or not. I don't really care. Like, I'll be real. Like, I don't care. The reason why I don't care is because if we win, it prolongs the inevitable. If we lose, then we've lost. And we lost like we always do. It just comes to a point where you want the season to end, sort of thing. People will be like, well, you won last game. Yeah, we did win last game, but did you see the performance? I'm not reading any of the manager's presses. I'm not reading any of the shit online that people put out. Let's not pretend like they played for Antonio last game. They didn't. That wasn't the type of performance where you acted like you actually played for someone. Fab, Tadiba, Merv, Kilman, Soler, Paquetá, Kudus, Alvarez, Fulkirk, Burns, and fucking no. You're going all out attack, bruv. Going all out attack. But I hear you. I don't want to necessarily see Alvarez on the pitch. Every time he plays, I want his head caved in, not going to lie. Mavropanos, obviously, yeah, I said he should play as well, but I said Wan-Bissaka left back. I think Wan-Bissaka needs to play. Big up to 300. Big up, Mike's. Busy today. Wanted to at least leave a like and comment to support the stream. Your support is much appreciated, 300. Shout out to you. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die on my shield. All out attack, bro. Man got the sword out, pause, and just started going 1v20, bro. 1v20. That is how we're going to pretty much go out there anyway. They've got pace in their attack. They've got Semenyo. Like, they've got Tavernier. Tavernier is out, I think. They've got Kluivert. Kluivert's had a really good season as a second striker. Evan Nilsson running in behind. Evan Nilsson's a problem, by the way. Evan Nilsson's a problem. I do think, like, as much as I do like Kilman, Evan Nilsson could give Kilman and Tadiba, well, definitely Mavropanos, some problems with just his movement alone. I mean, if Patson Daka can give you problems, then Evan Nilsson can give you problems. Listen, guys. Arsenal drew 0-0 with Everton, and we lost 5-2 to them. Leicester lost 4-0 to Newcastle, a team we beat, and we lost 3-1 to them. I get new manager bounce and all that, but come on. We don't know what West Ham's going to turn up, man. We've got Brighton next week. We're not going to win that game. I don't even see us getting the fucking ball. They're just one of them teams where you're just not going to get the ball off them, especially with the way Lopetegui plays, and they like to keep the ball. Daka gave you guys problems. Yep, he came off the bench, and Kilmer messed up, and Mavropanos was Mavropanos, and there you go. Patson Daka scores a third. He came off the bench, and that's the thing. Like, Mavropanos had a good game last game. To be fair to him, but I'm still going to call him Mavrobozo. It's just long, man. I'd actually swap Mavropanos out for a second play him as a right side instead of back in the back three that just sits back. I hear your lineup. It'll be something different at this point. I generally don't think it matters. I don't think it matters what happens, what kind of lineup lines up out there because of the manager. I would like a bit of a different line. I just want fresh ideas. I want someone who's going to actually get the best out of the players that we have. I'm not asking for too much. I'm actually not asking for too much. Get the best out of the creativity at the team. Wingers running at players. Wingers running 1v1 at the opposition constantly. An actual direction. I don't care what the fucking direction is, but I want fresh ideas. I don't want the same shit that I've been watching for the past 4, 5, 6 years. In fact, not even just 6 years. Probably all my life at West Ham. Just watching the same shit over and over again. Same boring, either boring sideways football or just purely sitting back. I've either got one of the two. Either way, it's not effective or entertaining. The reason why I said effective over entertaining as well is because I don't care about purely entertainment at the club. Just win games, and if the entertainment comes with it, then it's the bonus. It's the bonus aspect of it. But I'm not going to complain about winning football because it's not entertaining, which is what neutrals and the media like to put out on West Ham fans. We complained about David Moyes purely because of the football aspect, and we were winning games, and we wanted to dump that for a good football. That is what stupid people say because they don't watch West Ham, which is what I've complained about before. This is not good football. This is not possession-based football. Like, sure, the possession stats have gone up, but if you actually watch football with your eyes instead of reading stat sheets, this is not possession-based football. This is, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm going to play like I'm on a ticking time bomb, and I'm pretty much suiciding myself on the pitch constantly when I'm approaching against any caliber of team that I come up against in the Premier League. That is the kind of football we play. All the gear and no idea. Not David Coote kind of gear, but you get what I mean. You get what I mean. It's legit just sideways football. No runners in behind. Not enough movement off the ball. Not enough movement when we don't have the ball, when the team doesn't have the ball, let alone when the other players don't have the ball. Paquetá begging for someone to run in behind so he can force a pass that is never on, and then we get turned over on a counter. We look so susceptible to counterattacks like we did last season, but in a completely different way where the fullbacks are too high up the pitch. The fullbacks are way too high up on the pitch compared to the fact that last season we were just sitting back with shit defenders and they were about to make a mistake because the amount of pressure we were inviting on. Whereas this season, we're in possession. We're not coached to play in possession. We don't look like we're coached in possession. We don't look like we're coached out of possession. So both. We don't look like we're coached in either aspect of things. Because I don't know what we're trying to do off the ball. I don't know what we're trying to do on the ball. We look identityless. Identityless is the perfect way to describe us. I just want someone with an identity. I don't care what the fucking identity is. All I asked for this season was an identity and 10th, and then go for Europe next season. I think that's a fair argument. I think that's a fair expectation to have. And people would be like, you're West Ham. Cool. Let's not wish for anything beyond what we usually are. And that's why this country wins fuck all, because your mentality is fucking bollocks. But there you go. There you go. When it comes to this club, bruv, not going to lie, I'm just tired. So I might as well at least try and boost the channel off it, make watch alongs on it, bruv. Because I ain't boosting my fucking morale off it. I ain't boosting my morale off this shit. Like, boosting my morale watching West Ham. If you want to boost your morale watching West Ham, don't watch West Ham. Turn your TV off, like Kendrick said. Turn the TV off. Because if I didn't have this channel, I probably would have stopped watching away games a long time ago. I probably would be just going to the home games. I wouldn't even be talking about this shit, bruv. I would not be talking about football. I wouldn't give a shit. I wouldn't be on Twitter. I wouldn't be on Instagram. I wouldn't be on social media chatting about football. Like, I don't care that often. I don't actually care that much. What I'm hoping for is the manager to go and we can actually go in a direction where I can have hope. Because when you look at the table, everyone is still close. Like, this is actually the perfect time to sack a manager, because you've got to run of games to kind of get used to the team, and then call in the new year. You might be able to stamp your own identity on it. I'm not going to pin expectations on you straight away. I'm not going to be like, you must get us to Europe straight away after taking over. I'm not expecting an Unai Emery sort of thing where Gerrard, when Emery went in and they get 7th sort of thing. I'm not expecting that. But I'm expecting, just to see something, to see what I could look forward to for the next full season. Because this season's been done. This season was done 5 games in. In fact, this season was done 4 games in. This season was done after Fulham away. Because that's when I lost my shit. Because what we saw against Manchester City, when we lost 3-1, but we saw some hope. We saw that we created chances and we didn't finish them, compared to what we saw against Fulham, where we just put the ball in the air all the time and just left ourselves open and susceptible at the back, was 2 completely different West Ham United teams. Which is why I lost my shit. And I was like, cool, all right, fine. If you don't win against Chelsea, then you can fuck off. And I can't remember what other teams we had after that. Was it Brentford and Ipswich? I can't remember. Was it Fulham, Chelsea, Brentford, and Ipswich before the next international break? I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure those were the games. And the Ipswich game kept them alive. We drew against Brentford, and then we beat Ipswich. Well done to beating Ipswich. Cool, 4-1. It wasn't an outstanding performance. We was good for 70 minutes of the game, but the first 20 minutes we were terrible. We were terrible. Yeah, he had to switch up his own pressing structure off the ball. Fabianski, Wan-Bissaka, Thiba, Kilman, Alvarez. Who's playing left back, bro? Oh wait, you know, oh yeah, three at the back. Okay, Alvarez, Somerville, Paquetá, Soler, Bowen, Kudus, and Guillermo as the front two. Well, you and Charlie have gone with two similar formations. At this point, bro, fuck it, why not? What's the latest on Antonio? No clue. No clue. Apparently, they're going to visit him before the game. In terms of his injury or his surgery or anything like that, I've got no fucking clue. I've got no clue. I hope he's okay though. I hope he's okay. I hope he can go play football again one day, but I don't expect him to be back this season. If he makes it back before this season, this guy's built different. He's built different. You've got a point, bro. Because the last time West Ham were great, England won an international trophy. Exactly, 3 West Ham players. Don't let them forget that. Because rival fans get really triggered when we say West Ham won the World Cup because they think we're being deadly serious. But guess what? 3 West Ham players won the World Cup, bro. 3 West Ham players: Bobby Moore, Jeff Hurst, Martin Peters. That's why England haven't won anything. You didn't call up 3 West Ham players. You see, I don't even know if we even have 3 English players before this transfer window. But let's say next England call up Thomas Tuchel, you must call up Kilman, Bowen, and Wan-Bissaka, and then you'll win the Euros, you'll win the World Cup, you'll win everything, bro. I'm watching you closely. I'm watching every manager closely. If you don't call up these players, then you're just going to conform to the typical FA sort of managers that we've had over the past few years, where they just pick the same players over and over again. I'm hearing you're trying to talk to Ben White again. No need, my guy. No need. We've got Wan-Bissaka right there. But then again, if you don't call out West Ham players, they get a rest. So I can selfishly think, okay, all right. Because I'd rather West Ham benefit than England benefit. I'm being real. With it. I don't really give a fuck about this country compared to my club. If we're comparing the two, I really don't give a fuck about this country. But listen, as I've said, people, this is not the end of the stream, but just reminding you to like the video and subscribe. And since the West Ham dominance, you've had Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal, City, Liverpool, and Spurs frauds letting the country down. Exactly. That's why you need more West Ham players and less of the Spuds. Less of the Spuds, less of the Arsenals. So there you go, bro. I can understand why you're pissed. I watched the game, bro. You had it in the palm of your hands, and I can't lie. The substitutes kind of fucked it as well. Not gonna lie. If we're being real with it, but yeah, today was kind of mad with some of the games because Forest weren't in it, bro. Forest weren't in it, and you gifted them those goals. They weren't even in the game. I'm just being real with that. I'm the complete opposite. I'm country over club. I just don't give a fuck about this country. I'll be real. I don't have the same emotion towards England as I did when I was a kid. I'll celebrate if I'm at the pub with other people or if I was at a game or something. But the only time I celebrated I actually celebrated that Palmer goal against Spain. But it wasn't because I thought England were going to win. But it was relief. You needed to put Palmer and Watkins on 20 minutes before he put them on in the final. Come on. That's why you put them on. It was more of an angry celebration because why wasn't he on 20 minutes before? Harry Kane should have. I don't know. That Lispy guy should fuck off, bruv. Forest the shit. And by the way, Milinkovic out jumping Onana. Seriously, bruv. Bro, it's not looking good, bruv. Mike's, I've always said that myself, England won't win nothing unless 3 or 4 West Ham players are there, bro. That's what we need. I've got my uncle in my WhatsApp getting gassed like they aren't the only team to lose to City in the last 10 games. Mike, I swear down, if we don't get upgrades in January, I'll be really mad because this team needs some tweaking badly. Yeah, you need some upgrades. I'll be real. You do. You do need upgrades. You need a refresh. But we'll see. We'll see what you guys do because I'm at the opposite with West Ham, where let's be honest. The squad ain't bad. I've said this before. It's not about West Ham transfer window and all that, because West Ham transfer window was overhyped in the fact that I never thought we were going to get Europe or anything, but it wasn't overhyped in the fact of the job we done. The job we done was a good job. However, whatever manager comes in now, just it like if a manager does replace Lopetegui, just needs to get the best out of what they have until the summer. Because we do spend, we just don't hire the right manager. Um, respect Southgate, my man. You're such a troll, bro. 4 points ahead of West Ham. Yeah, that won't last though, bro. It will stay 4 points. It's not going to get to 1 point. Put it that way. The table's tight. The table's tight, bro. And you've got Europe, bro. We ain't got Europe. We should be above you. Realistically, we should be above you. We should be capitalizing on Newcastle, Tottenham, and Villa falling off. But we don't because we're West Ham United. This is, if people understand, like, people talk about like the West Ham way and stuff like this is the West Ham way, bro. Mediocrity in the 21st century. Not even just 21st century, probably since the 80s. Mediocrity. That is what we are. That is the West Ham way. This club has given me stress lines on my forehead at 21 years old. Think about that for a sec. This club has given me stress lines at 21. They're lucky I moisturize because I would look like Steve Cooper if I didn't moisturize. Let's be real. Because, like, they're lucky I don't drink alcohol. I don't really drink alcohol either. I don't drink alcohol. I probably should. I probably should watch in this club. But because we play on Monday, I'm not going to drink. But I should. Because West Ham, I can't keep watching this sober. Stop putting us on Monday night as well. Stop putting us on Monday night. I need to like not be sober watching this club. I need to be somewhat waved. I don't smoke either. Need some form of coping mechanism to watch this club. It can't just be me and my two eyeballs watching this sober. I don't think people understand. Do you know what's the most annoying thing? Is when you're losing a game, yeah? You're losing a game, and the other team has just passed around the ball, and there's no pressure, there's no intent to go and get the ball back. That's the worst games. It was like Brentford away. When we drew 1-1, it was one of them games where they were just passing around the ball sideways because they play possession-based football now. And we're not putting any pressure on them. We're not pressing them. We're not trying to get the ball back. We're not trying. But they're passing around the ball. We have no control of the game. I need my teams to have control of the game now. I want to control the game no matter what it is. You can control the games off the ball, but you got to be winning to do that. You got to be winning to do that to frustrate them. I'm also not saying sit back on a fucking 1-0 either, because that's what we used to do. This sport sucks, man. I'm tired now. And we're Aston Villa Football Club, the gift that keeps on giving. Could be worse. Could be us. I usually get drunk when I watch us play, but today was that bad. I can't even bring myself to drink beer. Mike's have you ever heard of a name that? Oh, the Matej guy. Yeah, I know he's in Saudi now, isn't it? Well, he was at Saudi. I don't know too much about him. I know he was at Salzburg, but that's it. That's all I know about him. City going to win the league. Going to be absolute scenes. I hope they do. I hope City win the league. Well, if it's not going to be City, then I hope it's Liverpool. If it's any other Big Six team, I'm moving country. My phone is off for the summer. I cannot have any other Big Six team winning that. Well, it's not going to be fucking Tottenham. It's definitely not going to be Man United. And it's definitely not going to be Arsenal. Could it be Chelsea? We'll see. We'll see. But as I said, end of February. If they're still there by the end of February, then they're in the title race for me. I know everyone else is faltering, so it kind of like propels people to put pressure on Chelsea, which I get it. Agendas must agenda. I get it. But if I'm just being real, not gaslighting for just a second, just end of February. I hear that. But Man City, you might have to sign people in January. I am fucking begging you, lot, win tomorrow and sign people in January, for God's sakes. Capitalise on these pricks. Capitalise on the North London pricks, please. Because they're shit. Like, we lost 5-2 to that Arsenal team. We lost 5-2 to an Arsenal team that also drew 0-0 to Everton at home. We both drew 0-0 to Everton at home, but they beat us 5-2. That's how shit we are. We are dog shit. No wonder why Tadibo wanted to fight Lopetegui at halftime. Arsenal ain't even good, mate. Come on, exactly. That's what I've said. That's what I said. I don't. Barrier, bro. Big up Barrier. You got Hudson-Odoi, by the way. Another great performance. You also gave us Zuma as well, to be fair. Which Zuma, I'm saying that as a compliment as well. As apart from Zuma's last season, he was decent when he was fit, but that's not enough. That's not enough. We literally gave you Lampard and Joe Cole. That was, bruv. I know joy is it makes it worse that I'm in this YouTube space because I know too many Chelsea fans. I know they're not necessarily going to be um, going at me when Chelsea win the league. They're going to be going at Arsenal fans and Liverpool fans and Man United fans especially, and Tottenham fans, of course, because Tottenham. But I just can't see you lot. You lot are doing well, but I can't. I just don't like. You're already going to win the Conference League, man. That's already hard enough for me because I want to be the only English team to win it. But yeah, man. No, no. Everyone tried doing this in the summer. No. Barry GG may have respect for our fans. I expected that we asked the Villa. By all accounts, City are spending big in Jan. I fucking hope they do. They better. They better spend big in Jan. The thing is, I know a lot of our fans want us to spend big in Jan as well, but it's not realistic. First of all, we might as well not spend any more money under this manager. The most stupid thing we could do right now is spend money under this manager. That's why this manager needs to go in before January comes. But that's probably not going to happen. Because my whole thing, I know it was one game left, and the Wolves game was meant to be the one game left, and then he won the game, etc. But this is what do people not learn from the previous seasons at West Ham? If you've got one game left as a West Ham manager, and you win that game, you've now got 10 or 15 games left. You've got about 5 games left minimum. Once you win one game, because winning one game apparently solves all the problems, solves every problem under the sun. If we draw at Bournemouth, that prolongs the inevitable as well. A draw prolongs the inevitable. Listen, I'm on finish the job type of vibe. I'm on finishing the job. Like, if they score, who gives a fuck? I'm still gonna rage about it because we conceded the goal, and there's still gonna be people gaslighting about me about certain individuals and stuff as well, because people go off individual moments rather than the grand scheme of things. However, I'm not one of these people that's gonna throw everyone under the bus at this point in time because as much as I don't like certain players, as much as I like certain players. None of that matters when Lopetegui'S managing you because Lopetegui makes you look like, I don't know, makes you look like a bit special needs to say the least. Arsenal record-breaking Premier League and Champions League defense conceded 2 against West Ham. Terrible defense. Chelsea with the worst goalkeeper in the league. Kept a clean sheet. We lost both of those games. Don't remind me, bruv. Don't remind me. Mike says, said a while back that Arsenal won't win anything. Even my Arsenal friends are saying that. Yeah, I mean, I've got a video I'm gonna react to the Arsenal meltdown as well. A couple of Arsenal meltdowns, so I'll have that video out tomorrow as well. Also, we went at Bournemouth. Arsenal fans cry about the ref. Shout out to Tony again. Who would you like in there, Mike? So we got rid of Loppy. Obviously, you know Tony as well. Like we only go after 3 options. So out of the 3 options, I wouldn't mind Potter, but Sarri or Conceição for me. Sarri would be the ideal one. Conceição and Potter, I would still take either of them, and I'm just talking like what Sullivan is like with him with the whole 3 option stuff, with the whole 3 option market. Obviously, if we were a serious club, we'd let Stein run the helm in that sense as well, and he, I don't know, tries to get the Stuttgart manager or something, or he tries to get an actual decent manager that's still in work and we'd actually pay compensation. But you know as well as I do, Tony, that we're not going to do that. Shout out to Aaron as well. Yes, Mike. So I think the time was getting bought, but I still can't see any way back after today. And you lot are going to add to our misery. But we're not taking any point off you. We are not Fulham. We are not Forest. We cannot get any points off you, my friend. I don't think you understand how terrible we are. But you will understand when you face us. I know it's West Ham away, but when do we I know like the last result was 2021, but we don't even have a good record against Liverpool in general, bro. Not gonna lie. Max will remind you every time. Yeah, cool. Losing is another day at the office for me, but I'm not gonna lie and gaslight. The Chelsea, Tottenham, and Arsenal ones obviously hurt the most. they do. Like I'm not gonna lie about it. Good shout there, Mike's. Potter more likely interim if anything. Yeah, this is the thing. Like, I think it will be like the first Moyes situation, but he will actually get the permanent job. like I think Potter will actually somewhat impress in those 6 months, and he'll get the permanent. Because I don't understand, um, what's it called? Like just for trying to find a new manager 6 months in. You took a point off us last season, Law. Also, I'll DM for your preview if you're down for that. Yeah, I'm down for a preview, bro. But to be fair, last season was just you guys already lost the title by then. You guys already lost to Everton. I chose to work on the weekend to avoid watching that game. I remember. At the back end of last season, I was choosing to work on weekends because I didn't want to watch any more of the football that I was watching. I didn't want to watch West Ham. Maybe I should choose to work on the weekend again, but that ain't an option right now. I'm more committed to this channel right now. I just work on weekdays instead. But I'm legit choosing to work to avoid watching those games, the Palace game, the Liverpool game, etc. Like those were games I purposely missed. Like I didn't even go to that game. I have a season ticket, but I didn't go because I was working. I chose to work, but that was at the back end of the season where it's just the results are kind of mad, and you guys are way better than last season, in my opinion. Well, not way better, but like you guys are better than what you were when you faced us last season compared to how you're going to face us at the end of December. There's literally no chance of us getting a draw unless we have a new manager by then. Then maybe, but I still think we lose that game regardless of who the manager is because it's Liverpool. Because as much as you drew to Fulham, you had 10 men. It's calm. It's calm. You're going to have 11 men against West Ham. Yeah, big up to everyone in the chat as always, man. You guys are great. It's always. But we'll go on for maybe a max 5 more minutes, people. If you guys have got any questions about the game or just about football in general, shoot them through. We're not going to go on for 2 hours. Like last time, like the Wolves preview. But yeah, bruv, this guy, bruv, so fucking shameless, bro. Oh my god, Fulham are a good side though. Fulham are a good side. Like it won't be having a fantastic season. People are now complimenting Anthony Robinson. Yeah, I've been talking about Anthony Robinson for fucking years, man. I've been talking about Anthony Robinson for years. But also, Raul Jimenez having a good season. Andres Pereira's having a good season. He was playing a lot deeper at the start of the season, but he's balancing the minutes between him and Smith Rowe and stuff. And obviously, Smith Rowe is the way better player, but he's managing the minutes due to his injury. So there's also that. We're gonna have the darts tomorrow as well, people. We're gonna have the darts. I can't do the Manchester Derby watch along and the darts because I've got to eat in between. But we'll have a darts watch along. We're going to be going on for like 4 or 5 hours. Like tomorrow's stream is going to be long, so if you want to join me for that, just ask some questions as well. And what's it called? We're going to have watch along Monday, and then the show of Alfie on Tuesday, and on and on and on. We're going to have so much content out in the Christmas period. So yeah, they took points off the red and white scrubs of North London. They make West London proud. They took a point off Arsenal and Liverpool. They should be impressed with that, man. By the way, smash a like if you haven't already. Smash a like if you haven't already. I hope this is on 10 likes by now. I just seen a Pereira goal. Decent shot, even though it was an own goal. That cross as well from Anthony Robinson. Like he's your perfect fullback in terms of balance. That's not someone who I'd love at West Ham. That's a player I would have loved at West Ham a long time ago. That would be great competition for Emerson. Imagine having Emerson and Anthony Robinson as your left back options. Obviously, it's not going to happen, but he's such a key player towards Fulham, man. He always has been. He didn't have his greatest seasons last season, but the season he had 2 seasons ago as well, mate. Like it's just because the goals and assists that this guy doesn't get talked about enough, and the fact that he doesn't play for a Big Six club as well. So there's also that. The games were kind of mad today, though. I watched Newcastle Leicester because I wanted to just watch someone different. I thought Liverpool would get over the line. Thought Arsenal would beat Everton as well. But even Arsenal drawing 0-0 to Everton is interesting more because of the result rather than the actual game itself. Like the Liverpool game, obviously 2-2, bit of a madness. I watched a bit of the game of the day. Ipswich scored in the last minute against Wolves. Mental stuff. They look like cash money against anyone. It was a good striker. Robinson should have done a bit better there. I think both of the fullbacks should have done better because Trent should have closed down the cross. He would obviously we know what Trent's like when it comes to defending most of the time. And Robertson at the back post. He should do way better. He's not even scanning. He's not even like goal side. because he's running, because he's facing towards the goal. He's messed it up already. So as soon as the cross goes in, great cross, great strike, but terrible defending. But we're going to leave it there, people. We're going to leave it there. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Social medias are in the description. If you want to follow me, the email for the inquiries. We're on the road to 1K subscribers. Join me for the watch along on Monday. Join me for the darts watch along tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.